Alright, some days you just wake up and you want to do something a little bit crazy. Today we're going to try to use Liepard in the OU tier. Now Liepard, not a very good Pokemon. In fact, I'd say it's a really awful Pokemon. But we're going to try it out anyway. We're going to be running Knockoff, of course. Could run maybe a special set, but Knockoff is just such a good move, you might as well try it. And we got U-turn for pivoting, especially on all those mons that, are going to come in and try to beat Liepard. We do have Aerial Ace specifically for Buzzwole. I think it does to a KO after Spike or Stealth Rock. So, we'll take that if we can get it. Other than that, of course, we really just want to be quick and knock off all that we can. You can run Play Rough maybe, but I really don't see that much utility out of it other than maybe if they have a Hydreigon. But even then, I'd rather just U-turn on it. And then finally, we do have Sucker Punch. The other option would be maybe Copycat on this set, but we are not running Prankster, we're running Limber. That'll be, occasionally useful, I suppose, against, for instance, Static Zapdos is one actual example where it might be sort of beneficial for us, especially on this particular team, which does struggle with Zapdos otherwise. And you can see that Liepard's dang weak. I'm not expecting much out of this, but we're going to try our best. I actually don't even remember why I decided to use this Pokemon. I just thought it might be fun. Next up, we got Buzzwole. This is just the nice standard max defense tanky Buzzwole. Very, very bulky. It's got the Leech Life on here today. And then we've got Tapu Koko. I really like this Tapu Koko set. We've used it very many times before. And then we've got Victini. This Victini is going to be the Choice Scarf variation. That'll give us some speed control. It's not going to be the best speed control. We're going to definitely have to watch out for things like Kartana. But that's why we do have that max defense Buzzwole. And we will have to worry about Blacephalon for sure with this team, which is why we have the Swampert. And the Ferrothorn is going to be a split-up Ferrothorn with Toxic Leech Seed Spikes and Power Whip. Power Whip is okay. I don't know if I want to get Body Press on this. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But we'll see what ends up happening. And then Swampert here is this nice split-up Pert with Flip Turn so that we can get in Liepard as much as we can. And this is also a rocker. We have no way to remove hazards on this team. And I'm hoping that I have enough mons with my own hazards that I should be able to get them up fairly easily. And then my opponent will be the one that wants to defog or rapid spin, I guess, maybe if they have that. So let's see if we can get a game here and see if we can get Liepard to put in some work. Okay. We are fighting a pretty scary offensive team. It's not looking good for you, boy. I'm gonna lead off with my Choice Scarf Victini, I think, is what I want to do. I should outspeed Choice Scarf Rotom, and then lead off with Weavile. Well, now they're forced to switch. And they don't really have any good switch-ins to V-Create, so I'm just going to click V-Create. I don't care. And then Weavile dies. They do have Landorus, which can intimidate. They have Garchomp, they have Rotom. But, see if I care. I don't care. Do I look like I care? I don't. Now I need to keep the Swampert healthy for the Rotom. And the Ferrothorn is slightly less useful, but doesn't do much against the Garchomp, hard to say. The Buzzwole I'd like to keep healthy. Will they Toxic here? I feel like it might Toxic. I'm going to go into Ferrothorn on this as a substitute, and I'm just going to click Power Whip. If they want a skill shot, then that's their prerogative. But this is a Power Whip, and it is neutral. And if they get the -1 defense on them, then that'll be a problem for them. Now they're substituting down. Which means I'm hitting their substitute, I guess. Okay, yeah, see, there we go. There's the Earthquake. I'm just gonna sack this. As the skill shot, which is fair enough. I'm going to go into Liepard here, and I'm going to click the knockoff because substitute is pretty dang obvious. And then I'm going to go into my Buzzwole here on the Earthquake, and I'm just click Ice Punch. So I probably sacked more than I should have, but what are you gonna do? Okay, they actually got all 5 hits, which is really unfortunate. But we didn't lose our Liepard, so that's cool. And I definitely was not gonna click Sucker Punch there. Sucker Punch was a bit too obvious of a play, I think. Okay, as they go into Landorus, and I will outspeed this guaranteed. I want to keep this healthy, so I'm just going to U-turn here and go into my Swampert, and then flip turn here. It could explode, but they might not want to because I could be damp, and if they're damp, then that'll be a waste of a turn. And now I can go into my Victini. Or actually, let's see. How much does Liepard do to Landers? This is, oh, use Sword Stance. Knockoff to 62%. So let's just do that. Go for knockoff. They don't want to switch into this. Oh wow, that's really pathetic actually. What the heck, my guy? Alright, well now I can get into Tapu Koko, and Koko has a pretty good matchup. So I guess this was a bulky set. Okay, Rotom Wash comes out. That's fine. I'm going to stay in and click Thunderbolt. So I need to get damage off on this. And then I'm going to click the U-turn here. And then I'm going to sack the Swampert, as actually they give me health back, funnily enough. And then I'm going to flip turn here. They may miss the Hydro Pump again, as actually that doesn't even end up killing me. So I can go back into Tapu Koko, and I'm going to click the Thunderbolt again. Yeah, no reason not to. So that actually worked out way better for me than it should have. As now I can go in, as now to go into this, and I'm going to Dazzling Gleam here, as they are like adamant or some nonsense. They get a crit. Okay, and now we go into Choice Scarf Victini. Now this isn't banded Victini, but we'll hopefully do some good damage with V-Create and they won't be able to roost it off. Oh good, it killed. Okay. Very interesting game. I don't know what to think about that one, but we'll take it. Liepard did not impress in that first game. And we're back. Now we're facing a guy with a very unique team. They've got Galarian Stunfisk, which looks way bigger in its sprite compared to some of these other guys, compared to what I think it should. They've also got a Tentacruel, which is always fun to see, and then they've got some really scary offensive mons. So I think I want to lead off with my Tapu Koko, because I think that leads really well against most of their things. Yeah, as they lead off with Galarian Zapdos. And they don't want to stay in, I don't think. I should hope they don't want to stay in, so I'm just going to U-turn here, as they should always go into Stunfisk, yeah. And Stunfisk becomes an electric type, which is always funny to see. And now I'm going to go Swampert on this, and I'm just going to click the Earthquake. Because I don't want him to go into Volcanion on a flip turn. That'd be really whack. I mean, I guess no. What they should do is they should always go into their Rillaboom. That's what they should always do. So let's flip turn. That'll be a good play. And I can get into Victini. And Victini forces in the Volcanion, so I will U-turn again. As they do go Volcanion, good. Good, that's what we expect. And now I'm going to go into the... I could go into Swampert, which is a very passive play. I'm going to go into Tapu Koko again here. And we don't see an item on this Volcanion, so I'm guessing it's Heavy Duty Boots, but it could always be a Assault Vest, or it could be Choice Specs. I'm just going to click Thunderbolt this time. I think that'll be fine. I'm going to U-turn again here. I did give my opponent a bit of momentum that maybe I wouldn't like normally to have given him, but I'll go into my... what do I want to go into? Let's go into Ferrothorn, actually, and get up a Spike. Because I know they're going to get up rocks there. So with the Spike up, that punishes them. I'm going to go into Swampert now. Of course, the Steam Eruption can burn. They went for Flamethrower instead, actually, which is fine by me. I'm going to flip turn here, because they obviously will not stay in. And then I get to go into my Victini. Grassy Train is up, so I should get some form of recovery. I'm actually going to click V-Create here, just in case my opponent decides to get impatient for whatever reason. Now I am Choice Scarfed. This could be some kind of dirty roll. If it is a roll, then I want to go for it. Which maybe isn't the best option, but it's the option I'm going to go for. Alright, what is this? 0 defense. Gives a roll like that. That's a pretty tasty roll. I'm going to go for it. If we don't get it, that's fine. I'm going to go into my Ferrothorn now. And I don't get burned, which is nice. I'm just going to quick power up here. Don't want to over-predict. Now my opponent has a Toxic Spike up, which is going to be annoying, especially for like Buzzwole. But Buzzwole doesn't do overly much in this game. Alright, in terrain, that did a lot of damage. Swampert's going to get poisoned here, which means it can't get burned. But it is also poisoned. So that's sort of interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm going to get rocks up here. That covers if they want to stay in, as well as gets up rocks, which is really quite useful against their team. Okay. I'm going to go into my Ferrothorn again. At this point, what does Ferrothorn really do? Not too much. Although it sort of punishes this, I suppose. I can click Toxic here, funnily enough, on this Stunfisk. Stunfisk is such a bad Pokemon, especially in the OU tier. Stunfisk in OU I feel like is a really bad option, because you don't really get your benefit of your typing, and the typing is really the only good thing that I guess I should have spiked again. That's probably what I should have done there. But didn't want to get Scald Burn if I could help it. My thinking. Okay. I'm actually going to click Power Up again here. A bit of a crazy play, and if I get burned, it'll be sad. But if they go for Steam Eruption, they die. It was a risky play, but I was willing to go for it. Alright, at this point, they could drop a Draco, they could Shadow Ball. I think Shadow Ball or Flamethrower coming out. I'm going to sack the Swampert, getting pretty low, and if they go for a Fire move, then that gives me momentum. I'm going to click Flip Turn here to get in on the Rillaboom, and I'm going to go for the Buzzwole, maybe actually, because Buzzwole doesn't let them do much. Right, they'll be grass type if they go into their Stunfisk, and this is going to take a lot of damage from that as well. So that's good, I think. And then I'm going to sack my Swampert here. U-turn, that's fine by me. We'll go back and Dragapult, as I feel like they should. Okay. Now I could go into my Liepard and click Sucker Punch, but I'd have to click Sucker Punch because I would die to any move they go for. And they've shown Fire move already. Tapu Koko is quite useful and doesn't really pressure the Stunfisk. And I obviously can't go Buzzwole. Victini won't kill with V-Create. I'm gonna go into Tapu Koko. I think that's a better play. And I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, because they're going to Stunfisk, you know, that'll do a passable chunk, I think. And we're going to U-turn here, as they decide to click Protect for whatever obtuse reason. Let me see, Stunfisk, actually. How much does this do? Gonna stop a Koko. Dazzling Gleam did 33%. So what are you running here? 33% means they can't even be max HP. Yeah, so they're running 0 HP, 0 SPDEF at all, which is sort of nutty. And Earth Power from 0 investment does way too much. So I'm not going to stay in and find out if they have Earth Power. I'm definitely going to switch. Now we're going to switch into my Ferrothorn. I don't know what this is supposed to be running. It's running Snap Trap. All right. Well, I'm just going to click Spikes. I feel like you'd protect here, if anything. Because they decide not to. Fair enough. That's fine by me. If they decide to Brave Bird here, then that's fine. But if they decide to close combat, then I can Roost or something. I think I am going to Roost. Because I think you would go and sack your Glaring Stunfisk, if anything, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So now I'm going to click the Drain Punch. I could click Ice Punch, but I think they are intent on sacking this. So that's useful. I have +1 defense. If they want to sack their Zapdos, that's fine by me. But they do go Dragapult, which is fair enough. I want to go... Do I want to sack this is the question. I don't want to sack Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is too good. Victini is also pretty useful. I think I'm going to try to go Ferrothorn. Because I am SPDEF. Good, so that Hex isn't going to do too much. Okay, let's just click the Power Whip here. Power Whip on something. I could double maybe. Maybe that's what I should have done. But that's the play I chose to go with. And now I'm going to go for another Power Whip. As they do just decide to take themselves out. I'm going to go to Choice Scarf Victini. I can get some damage off on the Dragapult if they want to go out into that. I'm just going to go for Recreate here. And I don't think they're going to die. But I'm going to get a lot of damage off on them. And if I weren't Choice Banded, it wouldn't be so bad, right? Because Sucker Punch from Liepard I feel like is pretty obvious here. Let's just double check here. Dragapult. Choice Specs. X. This Liepard. Liepard is poisoned. That's going to do 84% minimum. Means it is a roll. I'm gonna U-turn here. Nope, they don't care about that. Fair enough. Dazzling Gleam time. I am heavy duty boots on this, so this won't kill because I'm not poisoned. And I still have the Buzzwole in the back, which is the main thing we needed. So we're just going to Dazzling Gleam here. Not gonna choke this. I don't think I'm going to choke it. What do you carry on this? Knock off, Grassy Glide, Wood Hammer, Drain Punch. Don't think you have Acrobatics. Okay, there's a Grassy Glide there. And I just click the Leech Life. So that's Stab, Wood Hammer. That doesn't kill. Yeah, that's what I thought. As long as I carried Buzzwole in the back, I wasn't going to lose to Rillaboom. If I had Sucker Punched there, it would have been pretty cool. But also, it would have given, I suppose, Rillaboom more setup opportunities. But also, at that point, I could have cancel out their grassy terrain as well. So I think I would have been okay to Sucker Punch still. But sad though. I would have liked to have seen Liepard get a kill. But I didn't want to have them switch out into the Rillaboom hard. Alright. And now we are facing this annoying nonsense. I really don't like these kinds of teams. Okay, I'm gonna go Swampert as a lead. And flip turn here. I am SPDEF, so I should take this nice and easy, and it should go into the Espeon, which means I can get rid of the terrain. And now I'm going to U-turn out. Although actually, you know what? I'm just going to Thunderbolt. Screw it. I'm in terrain. You don't have an electric resist on your entire team. And if you want to give me damage off on your Tapu Lele, more power to you. At this point, I'm going to go to U-turn because I don't think your Scarf on this. I'm going to go back into Swampert. Guys, they get a crit, which is very unfortunate. But this will be torrent boosted if they go for another one. And so that'll be good. Because then they're dead and I get rid of their terrain. So that means Hawlucha doesn't get its boost. So that's what I was aiming for. That's fine by me. I really only needed the Swampert for getting rid of the Tapu Lele. It would have been nice maybe for the Espeon to some extent, but I think it's dual screens Espeon. Probably. Okay. Now I'm going to go for the Let's look at this. Cloyster versus my Ferrothorn. I'm Spadef. I'm not physically defensive. So Power Whip only does 62% to it. And Icicle Spear is an Oko. So it all depends on if they are Focus Sash or if they are, or that's Life Orb. If they're Focus Sash, then that one's different. I want to save this though, because I sort of need it and stuff. I'm gonna go into. Actually, let's check Buzzwole real fast here. Buzzwole at +2. Assuming they're not Hyper Pump, because I don't think they are. Then Drain Punch does not kill, is the problem. So I feel like I have to go into Ferrothorn here. Sort of forced to. Now they are probably Focus Sash, so this will be -1. And they won't be Life Orb, so I don't think they kill me. Unless they get a crit. And if I land, then the Cloyster's gone. Good. Alright, that's fine by me. I'm going to sack the Swampert here. And then we're going to go into Tapu Koko. And then I'm going to just click Thunderbolt. I don't really know what switch-ins you have on this team, except for Espeon maybe. So I think that you probably will just stay in and try to get any amount of damage off on the Tapu Koko that you can. Really, I'd like to get up some kind of hazard against this stupid Focus Sash spam. But it's so difficult to do that when the Espeon's sitting right there. Let's see. Don't know if this kills from full. But oh no, it definitely does. Hawlucha's dead. So just click on a button, my dude. You win with the Poltegeist at this point. Probably. Although maybe not. I don't know. Poltegeist is somewhat stymied by the Liepard because I can click the knockoff and that should obliterate it if it has any prior chip on it. I won't click Sucker Punch against the Poltegeist because I don't want to get Strain Sapped. Okay. Star, I'm going to click Thunderbolt on you as our Focus Sash. I'm going to sack the Ferrothorn. Now the difference between Amistar and Cloyster is that Cloyster does not get the Ice Shard. So here they may click. I'm going to predict them to click Shell Smash again. Because what Liepard does not have Sucker Punch, I feel like. Maybe I'm giving my opponent too much credit. Maybe they don't predict me to have Sucker Punch and to be some kind of prankster set instead. And I guess that's what they decided to go with. That's a bit unfortunate. Because I definitely could have used that in the back. What is this? I'm a star. But I didn't want them to outplay me in a Sucker Punch war. Because I only have 8 Sucker Punches and they have way too many Shell Smashes. Okay. And Tapu Koko at +2. Yeah, gets out sped. And Victini. Victini Choice Scarf does outspeed. This is good. This is what we like to see. Okay. So I can just Yeah, you turn here. That'll be fine. Okay. So now I'm going to go back into the Tapu Koko. I mean, obviously, sacking Buzzwole would have been superior there if I'd have known how to outplay that. Really, what I should have done is just gone Victini here on turn, at the end of turn 10. That's what I should have done. But I wasn't thinking that it would outspeed. So that was a misplay on my part. Unfortunate. Because I could have used the Liepard here. Like I was saying before, the Liepard does sort of hamper the Poltergeist, and I could have used it for that. Okay, so they go Espeon here. And I don't know what the correct play is here. Tapu Koko versus Espeon. I mean, maybe Thunderbolt kills. I don't know. Apparently it does. Okay, that's fine, I suppose. Now the problem, of course, is that if I hit this with the U-turn and it's weak armor, then it'll outspeed even Choice Scarf Victini. And I think it just generally does outspeed Choice Scarf Victini. Let me see real fast here. It's gonna be max speed at +2. 524, yeah. Yeah, there's no way I outspeed that. That's what I thought. So at this point, my opponent only has one Pokemon that can go out into, and they could click the button at any given point in time, but instead they decide to make me wait. I do not know why people do this on the ladder, but it is one of the things that does annoy me on the ladder. I usually don't get annoyed at many things, but this is one of them. However, if they want to time out, I will take that too, right? Timing out, that's fine by me, because then I win. But they'll probably click the button at 5 seconds. Yep, there we go. See, that's how people play like this. All right, I'm just going to stay in Thunderbolt here. No reason not to. And at this point, I think I lose, probably. Because Shadow Ball obviously takes out Victini. And that's all that she wrote. So a bit unfortunate. Oh, what the heck? How? What? Did I do something wrong with my calculations? I was looking Tapu Koko, Active Victini, 492. Are they modest? You dummy, why would you run modest Poltergeist in the OU tier? Okay, so they're running modest. Uh-huh. Well, that was really dumb of them. Alright, let's get one more game. Let's get one more game. Oh, good. This one came out pretty quickly. Alright, another bad game for Liepard. Unless I hit Aerial Ace on that Heracross, in which case that'll be pretty hype. You know, I'm going to lead off with the Liepard, I don't care. Okay, as I'm just going to click U-turn here. And the Choice Scarf. Alright, so the Liepard dies turn 1. But now we know the Landorus is Choice Scarfed. So I'll take that. And I'm going to go into Victini. I'm going to click U-turn here. You should never stay in, but even if you do, I have Buzzwole. I used to go Slowbro as they should. I'm going to go Tapu Koko. I'm going to click U-turn again. I'm going to go back into... let's see, do I want to go Ferrothorn? I'm going to go back into Victini. I'm just going to click V-Create here. They go into Slowbro. Yeah, this is a tough matchup. I don't really know what to do against it. As they decide to teleport. And they get to go into Heatran. So I go to Swampert. I'm going to go to my own Stealth Rock here. As they go into Slowbro, I can click Toxic on Mew, which will be very useful. Now I'm going to click the Flip Turn here into my Tapu Koko. Because they're going to teleport here. That's fair enough. I go into Landers, and I'm going to go into my Buzzwole as they click the knockoff on the future sight. So that was a bit of a misplay on my part. But now I can go into Ferrothorn and get up a spike. I really don't think there's any way I can win this game at this point. I think this game is far and away over. I'm done. I'm gonna click some Power Whip here, just get some damage off on this stupid Slowbro. As they click Teleport, and they can teleport into their Heatran, which is fair enough. So go Heracross instead, which is probably the superior play. Click Close Combat, and just go top Coco, click Dazzling Gleam. They can go into their Landorus. I don't think even at 50% that they die, as they just sack the Heracross. So I don't get 6-0'd. That's nice. I'm just going to say GG right there and run. Alright, one more game. I want to get something done with a Liepard and not have it sack turn 1. Okay. Another game where Liepard probably won't do anything. Okay, I'm going to lead off with it again. And I'm going to click U-turn here. It could be Flame Body, but they're not. Or I just get lucky now and get the burn. Now you turn into Swampert. There's an Eruption Train. Well, that's fun. Flip turn out on the Tangrowth, because obvious is obvious. I'm going to Victini here. Now I'm going to go for V-Create. I want to see if they're Flash Fire. They're probably Flash Fire, but who even knows? I'll go back into Swampert here. So they go for that. That's always scary, but I have Spit Up Ferrothorn. So that's fine by me. I'm gonna go up a Spike here. There's no way to stay in. Okay. And I'm gonna click Toxic on the Landorus as the Defog. I'll get up another Spike here as they U-turn out. And take some nice Iron Barbs on the way. I'm gonna go Swampert on the Heatran. Get up the Stealth Rock. Click Toxic on the... Oh, Rotom Wash comes out. Oh, that's fine by me too. Alright, I'm gonna go flip turn here. That's a nasty plot. Gonna go back into Ferrothorn. And now I'm going to click the... what have I shown? I've shown Spikes and Toxic. I'm gonna click Power Whip. Yeah, okay, so they decide to be crazy and stay in. Go back into Swampert again. And now I'm going to click Earthquake. Just in case. Just in case. But yeah, unfortunately I did lose a bit of momentum there. I'm going to Buzzwole here. As I click Giga Drain. And now I'm going to click the Ice Punch. As they go for Sleep Powder, which is sort of a funky move. So Giga Drain, Sleep Powder. What else would you be? Knock off Focus Blast? Maybe. I don't know what else it would be. I'm gonna just stay in, try to get this awake. I'll click Roost here. Okay. Go back into Swampert. Unfortunately, this is getting a bit lower, but they did miss their Magma Storm there, which is really useful. I'm gonna click Toxic here on the Tangrowth coming out, and that'll get that Toxic, and that's really useful. I'm gonna go into Ferrothorn here. I don't know what else they have, what they're carrying. But I can just pivot around this a bit. Go back into Buzzwole, go into Swampert again. And I'm gonna go for a flip turn again, as I go Weavile of all things. And that allows me to go into Buzzwole and get off a Roost. 1, 2, and 3. They actually kill me. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to top of Coco. What are this? The Weavile took spikes, so I'm guessing it's Choice Banded. I don't remember the exact damage on all this stuff. Then you turn out to actually save the Weavile. If I go into the Victini, this Landorus. The Victini only does 50 or so percent, so that's a bit low. But they're definitely going to try to defog here, right? That's the thing. That's the play they want to make. I'm going to Liepard here. Just go for knockoff on you. That way, if they want to not knock off, well then now the Weavile is dead, right? That's my thinking at least. Okay, then you turn here. You go into Tangrowth. I guess you can do that. That's fine by me. I'm going to Ferrothorn now. And now at this point, I'm just going to click Power Whip. As that works out okay. Now they have to go for Earth Power or whatever they want to go for. That's fine by me. I'm going to go into Tapu Koko here. Click Thunderbolt. Going to Lando doesn't get them anything at all. So that's fine. Dazzling Gleam time. There's now a U-turn. U-turn into Ferrothorn. And they click Earthquake. And that's fair enough. I'm going to click the Leech Seed here. As they miss. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, I'm just going to click another Spike up here. So they do have Focus Blast, so I do have to be cognizant of that. I sort of want to keep this around, actually, now that I think about it. So I'll take that bit of luck on my part. I'm going to U-turn here. There's no way you stay in. Okay, they sack the Weavile. That's fair enough. At this point, I'm hoping that between the Victini and the Tapu Koko that we can take care of everything offensively here. Alright. Just in case they stay in here again, and they do. I'm going to take a lot of chip out of that. I still don't know if they're Flash Fire or Flame Body, which is a problem. So I want to go into my Tapu Koko if I can, but I don't know what the rolls are on Assault Vest. Thunderbolt is 21%, but that's in terrain. So if I get rid of electric terrain, that is 17%. Is that correct? Yes, 17%. Okay. Oh, apparently we have terrain stuff. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna click U-turn here. Go into Victini. Now I'm just gonna click the Bolt Strike. Now at this point we're good. I'm going to go into Tapu Koko here, put Dazzling Gleam until I die, and then we will, I guess, win the game there. Alright, so the Liepard again didn't really do too much. It was able to knock off the Landorus, but anything, I could have done that there. I really wish the Liepard could have done more. I think Sucker Punch on the previous game could have been interesting, but having the Choice Band actually sort of restricts Liepard. The only problem is that Liepard is so weak that you really need the Choice Band to justify using it in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know if necessarily Choice Scarf or Choice Banded Liepard is the way to go. But hey, here's a team. If you want to try out Choice Banded Liepard, be my guest and let me know how it goes for you. But that's all I have the time for today, so I'll catch you guys next time.